we transition to the next phase, whatever that looks like. So it could be a couple of things. You know, you could go into another meat suit. Maybe not immediately, because you do have to, I believe, I don't know if you're familiar with Dolores Cannon. You familiar with her?
Oh, no.
So Dolores Cannon wrote a cool book. I'm going to pull it out really quickly. It's called Five Lives Remembered.
Okay.
And she is considered like the mother of maybe like quantum hypnosis.
Oh.
So I don't know, have you ever done a past life regression?
I have.
Okay. So she's considered as one of the key people in that movement.
Ooh.
Okay. And so this book is a story of 5 lives that this person remembered that they had lived in the past.
Okay.
So my godfather is, he was trained in quantum hypnosis.
Okay.
So the thing about people who train in that particular modality or discipline, they have to do so many free readings or sessions with people before they can begin to charge.
Okay.
And so I went in and I did mine, and I was able to see 3 of my lives, I think it was.
What?
I went in and was able to see 3 of my past lives. And it was all so real for me, V. You know, it was never a thing where I felt like this is weird or this is not right. I mean, it all tracked, you know, but it's funny because some of the same themes will continue to repeat themselves until you finally like learn the lesson or level up or whatever the case may be. But anyway,
that I believe for sure.
I believe that, yeah. I kind of felt like we were probably kindred spirits in that area. But to make a long story short, I always believe that when my ancestors come through in a dream, that is actually their spirit that's coming through. That is not, you know, as some would believe, oh, that's a demon. No. That was really my mama. She really had a message. And so in the confines of this dream, so it's a weird thing with my dreams because they have a tendency to split. I don't know if your dreams do that or not, but my dreams often split.
Okay. When you say split, what do you mean?
So it'll be like, one thing will be happening and then all of a sudden another thing will happen. And sometimes it's with the same person, but sometimes it's with other people, or like I'll change the location or whatever like that. So I don't know if your dreams have ever done that or not, but mine do that all the time.
Like a scene change?
Yeah, like a scene change, or like, like I wasn't doing that a few minutes ago. Why am I doing that now?
I'm suddenly here. Yeah.
Yes, or like I didn't finish that yet. So why did
you want to go back and complete what you were working on?
Exactly. But anyway, long story short, so at first it wasn't really like a scene change with this, but it was like the conversation shifted. So at first we were talking about my mother had this older cousin who was telling her she needed to reevaluate the job she was doing as a mother.
Okay.
And she asked what I thought about that. And so me, in my true, you know, I don't give a fuck fashion, I was like, child, please, you know, you did the best you could with me. You know, I'm an only child. You did the best you could. You didn't have anything to prepare you for me. You didn't even have anybody who came after me to say, oh, this is working with this kid, so I could go back and do it with that kid. You had nothing, you know, other than me. And so you essentially did the best you could with that. And I was like, I've got 4 biological children, and there's no way I would ever bear that type of burden, because I know at the end of the day, I did the best I could with what I had for my children, you know. And I can truly say they are all out here in the world thriving. They're healthy. They're seemingly happy, you know, without hiccups here and there. But, you know, at the end of the day, everybody has their own journey that they have to live, right? Their own lives. And some of that's got to do with me, and most of it doesn't. So in the midst of that, us talking about that and me saying that ship is sailed, moving on, she started looking at this bracelet that I had on my arm. And it was a bracelet that I didn't own. So it's not like the bracelets I have. As you see, I wear a lot of jewelry. So it wasn't like any of these or any of the other millions of bracelets I have in there in my jewelry drawer, but it was a bracelet I had never seen before. And she was admiring it. And it had this piece of pinkish agate, like an agate slice, you know, with, and then there were gemstones, you know, kind of branching off from that. But in the middle of that piece of agate, it had the word always written in the middle of it. Okay. And so I said to her, because she was like, well, where'd you get this? And I was like, I don't know. Ryan gave it to me. I don't know where he got it, but I could ask, you know. So Ryan is my youngest son. And he's always he buys the best gifts, right? She said, well, it says 14 karat gold. And I was like, that's it, because it's mostly gemstones. That's okay. But there was like some gold plating here and there, like mixed in. And so I said, but I hadn't even noticed that. You're very perceptive to even see that. Right. And then so there was a bag of jewelry that sat off to the side. And I don't know if I told you about that before, but there was another.
I don't think so. Just hearing this again is like, ooh.
Yeah, right. I know, right? Like the first time I told you.
Because I don't even think you told me about the gold.
I don't think I did. So that's why
it's funny. Go ahead. Go.
I had to. So what I decided to do before we had this conversation, I was like, let me go pull the dream back up, because when I dream, and I always keep my dream journal or my phone by my bed, and I just kind of put it in my notes section. I try to be as specific as I possibly can when I type it out, just in case there are hidden subliminal messages that come through. Maybe later on, I'd be like, "Oh, that's what that means."
I'll be better about that. I really do.
Yes, always be very intentional, and that's for anybody that might happen to listen to this later on. Be as specific as you can with your dreams. Even other people that may be in the background, shapes, colors, feelings that you're having. What was the temperature like that day? You know, what did you see? What did you experience at that time? So long story short, there was a bag of jewelry sitting off to the side, and there were actually earrings to match. And I think I forgot to tell you that too, because I had forgotten that part. But you might be like, I'm glad you didn't say anything about earrings, because then I would have been trying to make earrings.
So funny.
So I said, oh my God, since you love this so much and you feel like it's so pretty, you know, because she kept saying it's so pretty. She just kept turning the bracelet and going like, oh, it's so pretty, you know. And I was like, well, since you like it so much, I guess I better put the earrings on too, you know, because they match. And so she was like, okay. And then the dream that was the end of it. And I woke up. So that's how we got to where we are today. And it was just such a and I think the reason I said something about like the dream switch, like at first we're talking about her being criticized as a mother. And then me saying, you know, F that, we not going down that rabbit hole. We're not that.
Like, I'm good actually.
Whatever it is what it is. Okay. We all make mistakes. We're all human. But it just kind of speaks to relationship dynamics, I feel, the symbolism associated with mothers and daughters, you know, as it were. And every mother-daughter relationship is different, you know. My mother and I were never like the closest. Like, I've got friends that hang out with their kids. Like, they go and do all these cool things together. Never really had that relationship dynamic with my mother, but I knew my mother loved me. You know, I mean, she cared for me. She was an excellent provider. I think she operated heavily in her masculine energy. And because she and my father had split up when I was very, very small, like a toddler, she took on the onerous of, I got to make sure this kid is okay. You know, I got to make sure this kid is watered and fed, right? You know, which sometimes can lend itself to maybe not the emotional attachments or the emotional connections that maybe are needed, But sometimes, and this is a word of encouragement for anybody that's, out there that, maybe they didn't have that when their mother was alive, but in spirit, maybe the bond can be remade.
Well, that first touched something in me for sure. We just discussed so much, but also before we started recording, saying that we're both Cancer moons, and that's directly related. What I've learned is it's directly related to my mother.
It is.
And our mothers.
It is.
And my mother and I don't have the closest, but like you said, it's like that provided for that we were watered and fed well.
Yes.
But the things, there's still things that you as an adult that I'm fully responsible for, and then I recognize that, right? And so no blame, because I've they didn't break me in in a way that I can't function as an adult. So I was given every tool to the best of their ability. So that received that message for sure. So a little backstory to connect your dream to bringing a vision to real life. You approached me after we did an episode of your podcast and said, well, you told me about the dream. And I said, oh, okay, well, I'd be interested in bringing that vision to life, because that's really what I lean into. I love to, first of all, my name is V. We just jumped right in. I'm V. I'm creator and designer of Gem Designs Boutique, and you can introduce yourself, Yolunda.
I am Yolunda, also known as Yoga Spiritualist Tops, and I'm the dreamer. I am not the jewelry designer. Jewelry designer. I was just the one who brought the vision to V, and then she's the one who brought it to life.
So yeah. So you approached me after the episode. We had this really juicy conversation, really fun. And then you spoke to me about this vision, and I'm like, okay, because I love doing that when people approach me about a custom order, what they have in their mind, bringing that to reality. And they've told me this is exactly what I envisioned. Mm-hmm. So with what you said, I took that and we started looking at materials, and we started really, really, really that agate slice. We went back and forth about the agate slice. We went back and forth about getting the wording on that agate slice, and then the gemstones and the colors. And so we really, really took our time with this. Mm-hmm. And I'm so, I'm looking down because I'm looking at the bracelet. So here's the bracelet. This is the bracelet that was a part of the vision. This is the agate slice, and then we're in the process. These are handcrafted, guys. So what I will show you, this is the one without the writing, but here is the slice with the writing. So it's upside down. So here's the slice with the writing.
Okay.
And the word always etched in on the stone, and it will be incorporated. So the plan is to sell a certain amount with the wording, and then certain without, because always may not resonate. For everyone. So some people may just want the actual piece of jewelry. So this is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful agate slice with or without the wording always. Yes. And then surrounded by, it will be citrine, clear quartz. We've got some lepidolite. Some of them will have some amethyst. Some of them will have some pink tourmaline. So we went back and forth. This is a true collaboration. Like every step of the way, we've kind of gone back and forth with one another. How do you feel about the color about this? What do you feel about this material? The agate slice, it had to be right so that we could get that wording on. So we did that. And this is the Always collection.
The Always collection.
is reality from a vision. And I got chills again just now, like when you were telling the story again, because you didn't share with me about the gold balls. So there's like gold spacing. Like that's just something I add in a lot of the jewelry that I work with. So that's within the piece. This bracelet is gorgeous, guys. So
it is so gorgeous.
I'm gonna slide it on. It's on stretch cord.
By the way,
I know.
She and I live nowhere near each other. We're both on the eastern seaboard, but I'm in the south. She's in the north, and I have to wait for my bracelet.
It's so pretty.
I can't.
It's so
wait
pretty.
To get my hands on that.
It's gorgeous.
It's a gorgeous freaking piece of jewelry. My mother sat there and kept turning that piece of jewelry. I mean, she literally would not stop turning. I was like, "What is with you?" And
it's beautiful. It came to life. It's a living example of really reaching into that dream realm and pulling it out and bringing it to vision. And we wanted to get this. We had a target date, and then we're just like, hold on. Because it feels like we took our time and the vision it came together.
Yeah.
And we even had to take our time with recording this and just getting, we want to be able to explain the vision of, it's not just the jewelry thing that we came together and we're pushing out to the public. Like, this really means something. It's thoughtful and heartfelt, and it's a true vision and a true dream. So I have a question for you. I don't know that I asked you. What does always mean to you?
The word always is perfect because it instantly translates across a couple of things. Mothers and daughters, grief and remembrance, sisterhood. It could even stand for different types of love, whether it's romantic, self-love, agape, unconditional love. Always is like chosen family.
Yeah.
Because you choose your family. Believe it or not, before you came here, you were like, yeah, I want that guy and that chick right there to get together and create a group. Those are some other things that I learned when I was kind of studying past life regression and things like that. It also kind of represents ancestral connection, even friendship. And I think I would be remiss if I didn't add legacy to that, like legacy gifting, like to that. Yeah. And so this collection already has a soul. Some connections never leave us, but love stays. It stays forever. It stays always.
Yeah.
So that's what
I think. Yeah. Yeah. And I think for me, always is in all ways.
Oh, I like that.
Love shows up.
It shows up.
And like you said, that ancestral connection.
Even after. See? Even after.
We're always covered.
Always.
And I say it a lot and I speak to it a lot. And we're always covered.
Mm-hmm.
We always have support. If we choose to acknowledge it and reach out. Even within this week, learning that that connection, that, like you said, from when we started recording, they're not always gone.
No.
They're gone in the physical, the meat suit. But they still want to support. They're on to their next level, their new jobs, but they still want to love and support us and lift us up as well. And I think in all ways, always, it's love. And
it's still love. It transcends space and time.
Yeah.
That's the beautiful thing about love. I think that's why, my background, of course, this is heavily rooted in church, and I'm so sorry about the beeping when people in this house cook. For some reason, my alarm always goes.
It's okay.
I don't know what it is. But anyway.
It's okay.
So, please don't keep over here.
It's fine.
It's not even that. But you know, one of the things that I found is that people may think that, again, if you have that church background, you know, the belief is that the dead are dead and they don't rise until a certain time. But once you learn and you connect to source on a deeper level, then you realize that that's not actually the case. I believe that there are different levels to the death realm. And I do believe that people go on to do a variety of things. It doesn't agree. Not a one trick pony.
Yeah.
And it depends on whatever happened while you were here. But they will come through and support us in different ways that they couldn't support us in when they were here. Sometimes the earthly or the physical plane, if you will, or realm, will have a tendency to prevent us from being as supportive as we would like to, because we're tethered to this space and all of these variables and things that, you know, are coming in and coming at us, you know, and so you can't get clarity and you can't get clear enough to be able to provide the support that you would like to. But when you transcend to the next realm, everything dissipates on this side.
Yeah.
And then you have that clear path where you can actually be the support that you weren't able to be on this side.
And show up the way you wanted to, right?
I've had so many clients who have lost loved ones, you know, that they've had maybe these difficult or toxic relationships with. And a lot of them have been parents, you know, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, that person was not able while they were here to do what you needed to be done. But it does not mean that they can't help you from the other side. So you will have to tap into that energy to see if they can.
Yes.
And then take it from there.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah. That's just how I see it. And I think because the bracelet came through a dream visitation, there was also maternal healing in that, you know, healing some wounds that you feel maybe, because I've done some of the mother wound work on myself, as well as father wound, but we're not talking about daddy today. We're talking about mom. But I've done some of that work, but sometimes there's still residue. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like, I remember my mother had a tumor before she passed away. She had a tumor, and it was kind of like close to her what do you call it? Her brain stem or spinal cord, you know, like in that area. And when they went in to perform the surgery on her, I specifically remember like the surgeon saying, you know, we got most of it.
Okay.
We got like 85 to 90% of the tumor, but there was still some residue. And it's kind of like he said, if you will, envision with me sweeping cobwebs out of the corner. And he said, I couldn't get to the corners. To get to the corners would jeopardize her life. She lived several years after that surgery. But he was like, if I go into the corners, I may throw something off. So I always keep that in the back of my mind, because I'm like, maybe they just can't get to the corners while they're here. Because
you still need to be able to function.
Right, exactly. If you go into the corners, it may upset the general trajectory of things or the way things need to play out. Because, you know, I believe in fate. I believe in destiny and things of that nature. But if they wait, then maybe they can get into the corners. It's just my thought. I know my mind is weird.
No, because we're all, I believe that we are all on some level or another dealing with, sometimes we are carrying things that are not ours. And so when we're dealing, with issues, and we're like, why do I have to keep going through this? And
Right.
without that deeper exploration, you
Right.
realize that this might be your mother's wound, that might be your grandmother's wound, it might be your great great grandmother's wound, or the
Definitely.
great 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 grandmother's wound, all the generations back. It's with that deeper exploration, and even acknowledging dreams.
Mm-hmm.
It's healing something.
It's
Like
healing.
you said,
Yeah.
it's healing. And what I've come to understand with, I thought I was just making jewelry, girl. So it's to acknowledge that there is true a healing aspect to wearing gemstones and using gemstones. And thank you for choosing me. And I do feel like I am I'm the conduit. I'm the conduit for your vision and your dream.
Yeah.
And I'm honored to do so, and honored to partner with you on this. And this,
Gratitude.
I just feel like to be able to fulfill levels of our destiny, both of us, because I'm always each project is my next best thing, and I'm surpassing
level.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I fully intend to, I wanted to see this through for sure, and to have it. I can't wait for you to get it in hand. I can't wait for you to get it in hand. So I'm trying to get a closer look.
I know. I'm like, I just want to take it.
Yes. So the stone is like pink. You can see it's like the camera is not picking up how beautiful the pink is, and then the gemstones themselves, and then there's like the little tag, and then let me show you up close the always. So it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. You see it on the wrist.
Yes.
And so that's how it would sit.
Are alike. No two agate slices are alike. I think that's the cool thing about that. Like no two, like see the difference in the size, the shape, the symmetry. Yeah. It's all like varied, which I think is going to be great, because if you're anything like me, you like a unique piece.
Yeah. I love creating unique jewelry. Yeah. And it's still true to something that I would design.
Yeah.
But also the unique aspect are these stones. And that's the thing with working with gemstones. Like a lot of times you are having a one of one, because you can't control the shape of a slice.
Right.
I mean, you could, but then what's the fun in that?
What's the
So you also want to have fun too. So
yeah,
I just kept thinking about that vision, your dream that you told me, your mom looking at her wrist, like, I like this, it's pretty. Yeah. And really wanting to invoke that softness in this design.
And I feel like what better color to do that with than like pink? Like pink is just such a soft color. There's nothing harsh about pink. And I feel like with this, there's again that ancestral symbolism. The gold, because if you guys look closely, you'll see that there's gold plating all the way around that
color
slice.
Show you the colors a little bit.
Yeah, the gold plating is all the way around that agate slice as well, which gives it a look of value. Gold is value, and it's
it elevates.
Yes, it elevates. It definitely elevates, and it's adornment. One thing the women in my family have always loved to do is to adorn themselves. They always loved jewelry. They always loved looking good, wearing nice clothing, makeup, things of that nature. And that's a part of my legacy as well. And then it's remembrance. So this is not just a piece of fashion jewelry. This is emotionally symbolic.
Yes.
Jewelry, if you will. And
I think I tend to believe most jewelry is emotionally symbolic, because you're not choosing it just, let me grab a thing and put it on.
Yes.
Even your personal choice of jewelry today, right? I wear this is my name, it's a personal thing, but also the design of a cartouche is a protection that the ancient Egyptians, they wore a cartouche. The snake is
Mm-hmm.
symbolic of protective energy, and it's intentional. And even my own bracelets, right? So it's
Yes.
intention. What do you need? What are you trying to present that day? What do you need to call in that day? And you may not even be doing it intentionally. Maybe it could be your subconscious just choosing or leaning into a color,
Mm-hmm.
leaning into a design. With this one, it's super intentional. It's intentional, and in all ways, you can wear it and enjoy it and love and connect to whomever you're choosing to connect to, even if it is with yourself.
Even if it's with yourself,
And
exactly.
adorning yourself and that self-love in all ways, always.
So important. So important. I was kind of looking back because I know we had talked about it, but I was like, I wanted to look back at just like the meanings of the gems, and I wanted
Mm-hmm.
you to talk a little bit about that.
Okay.
Just like the pink agate. Like one of the things I was reading about pink agate was that it was emotional. It had ties to emotional healing, I think, and
Mm-hmm.
I think I saw something about grounding love or something like that.
Yes.
So, I kind of wanted you to speak to the amethyst and the citrine and the selenite was in there, as well as the pink tourmaline and
The clear quartz.
yeah, and yeah, the clear quartz. That's right, the clear quartz. And
Yes. So we talk about, again, you mentioned with the pink agate, the grounding, and agate comes in so many colors naturally, and then a lot of it is chemically treated and enhanced, which is fine. It's still the natural element of the stone is still there.
right,
We used clear quartz, which is used in so many different products. It will intensify and enhance what you're trying to do if you're working with the different energies of stones.
yeah,
So you definitely want to include that. Citrine is the next, is that really pretty pale gold yellow. So citrine is joy. Citrine is happiness, and
yeah,
it's that yellow. And so if you want to associate it with a chakra, it's solar plexus chakra. So that's
mm-hmm,
confidence and what
mm-hmm,
you're emitting out to the public.
yes, yeah,
Citrine is also prosperity.
oh,
So money or whatever you choose, it doesn't always have to be financial. We think abundance and prosperity. It doesn't have to be financial. It could be more love. It could be more
for sure,
community, more friendship, more understanding.
yes,
Whatever you're considering prosperous. So
right,
lepidolite and the pink tourmaline, they help balance out some more of that love, and
mm-hmm,
you're associating that pink with the love and the heart and
yes,
heart chakra.
yes,
And then amethyst, of course. So the option of having the amethyst included is tapping into protective energy. So if you're thinking about the vision of your mom, she's
yeah,
always going to cover. She's going to be Mama Bear
that's it.
in
Out,
whatever realm, in
yeah,
whatever iteration. She's still going
yeah,
to be Mama Bear.
yeah,
And so amethyst does that. Amethyst also is crown chakra, and when you're tapping into other realms, so that could be the portal for energy that you're trying to work with.
mm-hmm.
And then someone may be watching this is like, all right, y'all, this is it's still a gorgeous piece of jewelry.
It's still
So you just want to wear it.
jewelry.
And so I'm always on the fence with that, because I tap into the spiritual piece for sure, and I'm way more comfortable than I used to be speaking about it. But also, someone may just want a beautiful piece of jewelry, and this is what you got.
That's cool. That's cool if that's all they. That's what they want. Then definitely.
Yeah.
Something I read too about the pink tourmaline and lepidolite was grief support. I read something about that.
Yeah.
And even nervous system softness was something I saw, and heart restoration. I think I saw that too somewhere. And I was like, it's just amazing how powerful gemstones can be.
Yeah, and then you're choosing, yes.
Yeah.
But your subconscious is leaning into what it needs.
Exactly.
And I say this all the time. Every piece of content that's probably out is me saying, there's something of me saying, you think you're choosing something.
Yeah.
I've even done it when I'm selecting stones for jewelry. It's something that I've needed, or maybe the collective I've needed to make, to put out into the universe, right? I just need to get it out of my system.
Definitely, yes.
So yes, for sure.
All of that. It's like it's like love coupled with memory, coupled with healing, coupled with protection. It's like got all of the
It's a beautiful hug. It
is. I love
hugging mom, it's hugging auntie, and you got that lingering of, I'm thinking about my own grandmother now, Chanel number 5.
Oh,
on you, as you walk away, you're like,
oh yeah.
And that's what this feels like to me, and I can't wait to hear when you get yours what it feels like. It feels like, hey girl, what you eat today? Like that type of thing. But also we're about to step out, and we're, this goes good with my pink suit.
Child, it goes good with so many things. Yes, I love that. And I think, what do you think was like your favorite part about, what was your favorite part about designing the collection?
Oh gosh, there's so many elements, because I love that, first of all, you approach me and trust me with the vision. That's number one and key. The next piece is making that vision come to reality. And so the selection of each element, and then really, not rushing. Mm-hmm. So my favorite is the literal creation. Yeah. Is the creation part. So like we are literally almost at the finish line. And I love that we are not saying, oh, let's just table it. We are taking our time. And we're almost at the finish line to present this to the public, and I'm excited to get it out into the universe fully and to see how it's received. And again, I'm showing the blank piece, but these will be available with wording, with always, and then without. So
yes, definitely.
And this is, again, I can't stress this enough. This is handcrafted jewelry. So we will have, this will be a limited run. You get your hands on it, you got your hands on it. And that speaks to legacy as well, right? Because everything is not available at all times. And we're going to do a pre-sale. It'll be available and purchase. And this is our baby that we've birthed. Like literally, this has been months. Now that I'm thinking about it, this has been months, right?
It is. You appeared on the show. I think you were my last guest on season 1 of my podcast.
Okay. Wow,
which would have meant you came in December, and it's May. So it's been like a 5-month process to get to where we are, and that's with like ordering materials and getting everything together and having the conversations and all of that. I mean, I just think, I don't know. I don't think
I'm proud of us.
And I'm so thankful that you were willing to, take the plunge with me to go down this rabbit hole of designing this bracelet, because you could have been like,
rabbit holes are my favorite. That's my favorite too. It was like, what? You had a dream and you want me to
execute that?
Yes.
And I was like, yay! Ever had like a customer come to you before and be like, I dreamed about this bracelet, could you make it?
Yeah, it's happened. It's happened. Like I said, when I started, I had no intention of becoming the woo-woo lady, but that I am before you. Like, it was something, I felt called to, but it was also my very private life. I'm reading about myself. And the more the business has grown and the years have gone on, the stones have taken me on a journey of my own. They've taken me on my own personal journey. So I'm not sure what you had said. I forgot, lost my point. But so this is.
I was just asking if anybody else had come to you with a dream and said, "Bring this bracelet. Could you make it?"
But so people come to me for memorial pieces,
Mm.
for to commemorate members of their family. I've had a friend reach out. She wanted a collection of bracelets for people in her life who've lost children in various ways.
Oh,
So
wow.
we came together and collaborated on the stones that were comforting and strength for that. So it's happened gradually over the years. And the more I've allowed it, healing within myself,
Mm-hmm.
the healing that's needed for the person that's brought the vision forth. So I'm just a conduit a lot of times, but it's also doing something within me.
I love that. That's just so beautiful. I think that, the more we're open to just whatever the universe is asking of us, I think the
Mm.
more of a blessing we can receive, but also more of a blessing we can be to other people.
Yeah,
That's
I,
always the point.
I believe it. It's a gift.
It is a gift.
This is
It is.
my gift,
Everybody can't do
and this is my gift, and not running from the gift has been its own work. And
okay.
but
Okay.
also, yeah, like
Not running.
people need my gift
Yes. And
and acknowledging that. So
yeah,
yeah.
we do. And
Mhm.
FYI, everybody, this is not the end. We've also talked about.
We got ideas. We got some ideas.
Yeah, this is just like the tip of the iceberg. But thanks to Mama for giving us like
Yeah.
the what would you call it, like the springboard.
Hmm.
And we get on
She
it
was
and
like,
jump.
"What
We
is
go in
this?" I could almost, and not even having seen any pictures of him, I could picture her like sitting in a chair, just kind of like, "Oh, where'd you get this bracelet? I like this bracelet." Like I can, when you were telling me the story, and I was like, when you said, this is, I just hope that I'm doing the vision well, and that's what I wanted to do when I was creating,
did it.
and honoring that. And once we got that down, bringing that to reality, and then having it.
It's just
Yeah,
it has really turned out like I
yeah.
knew it was gonna be great, but it has really superseded, my vision for what this was going to actually come into fruition and be. I knew it was gonna be beautiful, but I didn't know it was gonna be this beautiful. Like it was like it beyond my wildest dreams. And
Yeah.
again, it looks like a luxury piece, but it's not loud luxury. It's more,
Mhm.
you know,
And that's my wheelhouse. That is literally my wheelhouse. It's
yeah,
elevated luxury, but
and
also those pieces that elevate your outfit, I should
yeah,
say. Um, you can put on and wear every single day if you want, if you choose to, or you may pull it out at those moments that you need it most.
mhm,
Another thing that when we're talking, another beautiful thing is, our developing friendship. So that collaboration. So because all the times when you're collaborating, I try to, within all the years of this, it's like you want the energy to be amazing and to flow, but it's like you never expect, you don't have any expectations about connections. It's like, okay, well, this is something I could do and keep it business, but then it's like, yeah. So it's the love forms, and it's the in all ways in all ways. So it's a beautiful thing, and I'm excited to get this going. So I'm still creating, I'm still making the bracelets, and yeah.
she is like, I mean, just going full throttle with this thing. I hate I'm not closer, so I could at least string a bead here and there. Uh, just string something on. I'm not a jewelry designer now, so you know. I mean, I probably could help at the very least if I were local, but I know that B is giving it her all. So again, it goes back to this not being a jewelry collection. It is wearable memory. You know, it is sacred adornment. It is
Yeah.
heirloom energy, if you want it to be. It's intentional jewelry. It's symbolic gifting. It's remembrance. It's connection. It checks all of the boxes. And if you just want to look good, you can.
That's it. And it's gorgeous.
And I always
If I do say so myself.
and clock the T, because you know,
Uh-huh.
I always tell people, every time I step out of my house, I try to look good. And I know I honor my bloodline when I do that, because when the women in my family step out, they always look good. Now, ain't nobody never
Yes.
step out that door half stepping now. Nobody would
Yes.
ever half step, even if they were just going to the grocery store.
Yes.
They look decent. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But that also is just a testament to wanting to honor, you know,
There's the legacy.
the legacy. Yeah, for sure. The heritage, you know, that's
Mm-hmm.
involved in this piece. And I couldn't imagine anyone better to execute that than you. You know, immediately, you know, I know we connected a while back, you know, via book club and you know, those wonderful platforms and things like that. Then, like you said, sometimes things just morph into different types of connections. You know, it goes from
Yeah.
casual to more personal, and now business. You know,
Yeah.
now we're partnering. You know, collaborating. And I feel like with partnerships and collaboration, there needs to be some sort of connection there as well.
Yeah. Honest and filled with integrity and
Yeah.
love. And that's the only way I truly want to do it. Because
Oh,
if I didn't feel that initially, I'd be like, I don't know if this is the right. It doesn't really. Well, I don't even know that I would say that it didn't align, but it's like, I'd find some. But because the people that you want to work with, and
yeah.
and the ones that you're just like, this is going to be annoying. So
There's times that I've had to say that, like, I just don't have capacity for that right now.
Yeah, there you go.
Say that
Back.
later, but as of right now, I just, there are times I've had to say no. People have invited me to do things, to be on programs and things like that, and I've had to say no. It just didn't align. I didn't say it like that, but that's really what it is.
Yeah, I'm very, very protective of my energy. I'm protective of this brand that I've built bit by bit. And I'm just protective of my work.
Yeah.
Because I recognize that a lot of it is something that is not just of me.
Yeah.
I'm a literal conduit. I'm channeling something else.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful that I'm always answering the call to open up more, because if I didn't, I wouldn't even be here today.
Oh, so, no, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so exciting. I just cannot wait.
I know.
So and it's intentionally limited too as well. I think it's, it's a limited collection for a reason. Because it's just not meant for everybody.
Yeah. So if you see it, you catch it, and you'll be able to have one. And
for mothers, daughters, sisters, friends, aunts, mothers, cousins,
friend group. If you see fit that you want to give it to your friend group, make sure.
Lovers.
Yeah, and always. I keep saying in always.
Love remains always. It always does. Yeah. So that's so beautiful. Thank you so much, Dee, for
thank you.
Conversation, for just like I said, being so willing to take on the onerous of this huge, and when I say huge, I do mean huge responsibility, because to sit there and to put all of these together by hand.
That's literally, I go into like a flow state. And that's the part where it's like, I can't wait to today is jewelry day. I need to run out one errand, and then I come back. I'm going to put this music on, and
I can't wait. I need to stay tuned.
Yes.
For the official drop of these pieces.
The links And you'll have one link, and it'll be coming to the website, and then you'll be able to order. You'll be able to pre-order. Again, handcrafted. We're working, getting these things out, getting everything shipped out to you, and yeah. Have we said everything we needed to say?
I think we have.
Of course, you can reach out to us if you have questions. We're not inaccessible.
No, definitely inaccessible. We're out there on the social medias. On the social
For sure. It feels like buy my stuff. Make an appointment. book a reading.
Yeah. It's just, again, people think about, when you're thinking about these pieces, think about who your always person is.
Yes.
Who's your always person? It's the connections are valuable. Love has worth. It's precious, so think about all of that, when you're thinking or deciding whether you want it engraved or not engraved.
Yeah.
That's something to really consider. Yeah. It's spiritual and psychological at the same time.
Yep.
It checks all the boxes. That's all I'm saying. It just checks all the boxes.
Beauty and healing and
it's just so good. It's just, I wish I could just reach out and grab it and just
let's try it now.
I will say this, before we leave, it was hard for me not to keep a piece of that agate.
You should have. I mean, figure it out.
But
that's the beauty of us doing this too. I know I kept saying like, we do what we want.
Yeah,
we do what we want.
I know we set, like, we had a set amount that we were going to do, and then when I got the first batch in the mail and I opened them up and looked at them, I was like, ooh. And I called B and I was like, oh my God, I read this, like the level of excitement.
This has been so fun.
It has.
Yeah.
Oh my God, y'all, and then I'm like one of those people, so me personally, it takes a lot to get me excited. Like, I'm not a person that just like is always all over the place. It's just not my energy. I'm a real Capricorn, okay? I'm kind of like RBF before anything else. Like, let me see what this is. I'll be right.
What they got going on?
Let me see if this is worth my levels of excitement. But once I get excited, child, I am just over the moon. And get the slices in the mail and see them. And they had them like stacked, and all you saw was all of this gold.
Like coins.
And right, it did. Like spiritual currency almost, It did. Literally. And I was like, oh my God, it looks like I got money in the mail. I could imagine that, because, gold has been a hot commodity here lately. People have been ordering like gold bars and things like that, and people are investing in gold. And so I was looking at it and I was like, oh my God, it's so pretty. And I love pretty things, which most of us do. And I was like, oh, it's so pretty. So I immediately called V, texted V, sent pictures. And she was like, yeah, that's it right there. Yeah. And to take it to the engraver, because we had already done a sample. I don't think we talked about that. We had already done a sample piece. And I don't even think we talked about the fact that you had attempted to do the engraving yourself.
So many levels. We've been trying to get this out, and it's been an effort of making it right. Yeah.
She was trying to engrave at her house. She was like, you were so fully immersed in this process. It was never like, oh, I got to get you on board with it. You were on board from day one, to a point where you were like, okay, I'm going to try this. If that doesn't work, we'll go to this. And so finally we decided to, incorporate some help. And so when the engraved pieces came back and I got the call saying they're ready, and I went and picked them up, shout out to Laser Engravers of Savannah, Georgia, and for the amazing job that they did. Yes, I've got remember to send them pictures, because I said, this is something you guys can also add to your portfolio, because they had not done jewelry engraving before us. We were the first.
Wow.
So one of one, the only,
Come on.
according to Beyonce
Innovation.
Knowles Carter, Beyonce Giselle Knowles Carter, I believe it is.
Yes.
So yeah, one of one. Definitely understand that when you get this piece, no, even if you know someone who has one, or if you're getting one for yourself and one for someone else, because I'm notorious for that. I like to do one for you and one for me. And so just know that yours won't look like the other person. It's gonna be
Yeah.
different.
The stones are all different shapes and sizes.
They are
Still within this size realm, like maybe
yeah.
2 inches,
Mm-hmm.
but they're all different shapes you can see.
Yeah.
And that we've got a certain amount with the engraving and then a certain amount without.
It's so pretty. I know my mother is
pretty.
This. I think this is a perfect Mother's Day gift for her, you know, from beyond, you know.
Seeing the process through.
Yes, seeing it through. She's like, oh, finally, you did something and it didn't take you, well, it did take you years. But
so you listened to me, huh? You listened.
Or you finally listened to something I said. I can't believe it. She was the one who told me I needed to be on social media more. She told me I needed to have more of a presence, more of a digital footprint. Like my mother wasn't even tech savvy. But see what I'm saying about how your ancestors can come through and bring you back? Be a fool not to listen to them, I tell you that.
Yeah.
Clock it.
Clock it.
Clock it.
That's how you do it, clock it.
I mean, like, because they can see things that we can't even see on this.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. That's the beauty of ancestral.
What a beautiful connection to experience that. To be able to listen to that.
Yes.
The lessons and the guidance, and to have that protection for something way far out.
Yes. Yes. So I'm excited about getting my bracelet. I don't know if I told you I'm going to get one for my daughter too. I want to definitely want to pass one on to her. I think it's only right. Yeah. We got to keep it in the family.
Spread the love, always.
Yes, always. And then, I was even thinking, going down the rabbit hole as I always do. I was like, it can pass on to, I have 2 granddaughters now, so that, mine could pass on to one of them.
Look at this. It's giving legacy.
Exactly. It's giving legacy. And that's just a big part. That's a lot of what I'm
giving great-grandmother, grandmother, daughter.
All of that. Granddaughter, great-granddaughter. It's whatever. It's giving all of that. So it's a piece that you would not deny having in your heirloom collection.
Yes.
Always.
So
always.
The quality materials.
Yes.
Handcrafted.
Yes. Your nails look so good up against that piece, by the way.
Thank you. The adornment is not. That's another connection we have, because you talked about your family, and the ladies in my family, they stepping out. I get a lot of how I show up and present is really watching them growing up, and
of course,
grabbing the things, and it's like jewelry and the nails, and
I just I can't wait to hear the stories that come out of these people.
I know.
My prayer, and I always tell clients this. I don't know if you tell your folks this, and maybe you don't have to, because what you do, you're selling like more of a product, something tangible. And what I do as a spiritualist, it's intangible. It's the coaching, it's the readings, it's things.
It's a perfect collaboration.
But I love when I have those stories, that the feedback that comes back.
Yes.
From what they experienced based on what I told them, any spiritual advice that was given. And they say, you remember when you told me so-and-so? And I'm like, well, technically no, but I'm going to take your word for it. And say, guess what? This came to pass, or that came to pass. So I know I'm excited to hear the stories that come out of the receipt of these pieces, and how it resonates with these individuals who are going to be on the receiving end of these bracelets.
Yes.
So please send us the stories.
Yeah, send us the stories, because this is not just it's a piece of jewelry. Yes, it's adornment, but also you've heard there's a vision, and there's legacy, and there's heritage, and there's humans behind the creation of this.
Yes.
And I mean, that's literally all I am seeking when I create. And it's literally like you said, it's like I'm doing a product, but having the ability to connect in this way and bring it something that's so sacred to the individual. And then if you choose to share with family, and then it becomes, or even in your community. So the mother who bought for other mothers who've lost their children. So now they all have that bond. Yeah. And it's a piece. I've had people walk up to me like, I wear this every day. Becomes this, a piece of me is out in the world. Yes, but also I'm literally the conduit of getting healing out in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
And that's what it's become for me.
What a beautiful gift.
Yeah.
Gift. It's quite a responsibility. It is the head that wears the crown, it's something that I see you don't take lightly at all, because you've been tasked with this huge responsibility of giving people something tangible. Because again, they can get the readings, the birth chart readings, the tarot card, the whatever. But those are things that, even though they may stick with you here, you can take some notes or whatever, but it's nothing that you can actually physically touch.
That connection to the spirit, in the spirit realm, and a reminder of, it could be a return to self, reminder of anything, in all ways, always.
In all ways.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
I love that. So thank you again for
thank you.
Myself and my bloodline. We're eternally grateful to you.
Yay.
Because honey, if I had to do them, I don't know.
And thank you for trusting me with the vision, and I'm honored that I can create what you dreamt. And like I said, I pictured your mom looking at her wrist, and if the women in your family can wear the bracelet, that's just that it's like, yes, the financial, the money, people have to pay for the bracelets, wonderful, but it's like the literal something that I've created is being worn, and to be able to connect with you and bring that vision to life is my greatest honor, over and over and over again, as I create joy. Yeah.
A virtual hug.
Yes.
Virtual hug. God bless you for that, and for your gift to just to bless everyone, even those who hear the story and may or may not, obtain a bracelet, because once they're gone, they're gone. But just, those who understand the importance of connection. It's such a blessing. It's a gift, is what it is. Yeah. So be on the lookout for those links and all of the good things, and we'll be talking about this again soon, hopefully.
Yes.
Waiting for what comes next. The fellows are already asking, what about us? I got asked that just this morning. So do I get one? And I was like, your name didn't get put in this pot.
You're coming, Kings. We're coming. We're coming
to the guys. But can you let the ladies have their time? Yes. May is our month. Y'all are coming next month. Just chill out. We got you.
Y'all are coming.
Yeah, they're coming.
But yeah. So this is good.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm gonna end the recording now.
All right. Sounds great. Bye.